Our first stream of a project that I've been working on came up with. So a little background. Um, I've been working on what you'll see here, and we're gonna play a game based off of. I don't know if you've ever played that game, but it's called Cashflow. And I got this idea. I wanted to try out to turn into a nonprofit, and basically, I want to solve three problems. Right. The problem that we're trying to solve is the first problem is kids coming out of college. They're ready to work into the workforce, and they might have a lot of energy, and they just got their degree. They might have a lot of debt that goes along with that. But they don't have any experience. They don't have any wisdom, and they probably don't have a lot of resources and income. They just got out of school, but they might have a desire to be an entrepreneur, especially in the service-based industry. Of course, if you go to college and you take up something related to AI, probably have a better chance. But as we know, a lot of people get college degrees that are not necessarily that useful to them, and they end up in sort of dead end jobs or just not getting paid what they should be getting paid given their debt, right? So that's problem number one. Number two, the problem of we all, gone through it with COVID, where a whole lot of people, let's call it the Gen X crowd, people between like 45 and 55, suddenly find themselves having to re-enter the workforce. Maybe they retired and then things happen to their retirement funds, or they find themselves having to work again. So these are people with a lot of wisdom and experience, maybe had a couple of bad breaks and find themselves having to enter the workforce. Problem though is the workforce is generally trying to hire new, and they might be severely overqualified for things. So that's problem number two. Problem number three we're trying to solve for is the retirement. People want to retire out of their service-based businesses, right? So somebody has a window cleaning business, a lawn care business, all kinds of like HVAC, plumbing, electrical, all the things we really need. But maybe in their family, the kids don't want to succeed. That they don't want to take over that business. Maybe they want to go do something else with their lives. So there's a succession problem for these businesses that people are ready to retire from, but they don't have the right buyers, and they're not really interested in private capital, because a lot of times those guys just try to come in and buy, but they're not really operators. They have to go find people to operate, so they end up giving them maybe not such a great price for their exit. So, and a lot of people have a legacy that they want to maintain, and good customer service, and they feel kind of weird or just not attracted to selling to some random corporation. You know what I mean? So there's that problem. So these three problems kind of are all coincided. And it's a big problem and it's a lot to explain. But what if I created a game like the Cashflow game that taught people in those scenarios how to buddy up with each other and basically partner up to buy one of those businesses? So basically, it's a game of trying to save the middle class. Given that AI and all the world is kind of changing, we still need service-based industry. Somebody's got to fix all the electronics and the plumbing for houses and et cetera. And that's not such an attractive proposition for a lot of young people right now. But as we know, we have to change our mind, our thinking about that kind of stuff. So these are the three problems we're trying to solve for. Decided to create a game about it. This right here. So that's the Cashflow game. If you didn't see, this right here is the game we're trying to play, and I'm trying to make it so that kids can understand the concepts and make it fun enough so that people who might like this idea could actually learn by playing a game and then wrapping their head around the concept, and then use that to basically create a nonprofit that matches up businesses with people like young people and older people with wisdom as partners to come in. And I call it the business buddy system. So this friend of mine, Ryan Megan, he's a big Instagram guy. He told me to document this whole process. So that's what I'm doing right now. It ain't gonna be pretty. As you can see, my kids, can't even stand still for 5 minutes. So this is gonna be fun. But when you're trying to manage something as big as this, an idea, you have to go in, you have to do it kind of quick and dirty, mess around with it, keep reiterating it. And we've already made some strides, but I just wanted to show you guys what we were up to. So I'm going to start live streaming my progress with this game. The game is going to be called, I guess right now, Buddy Business System. And the goal is to help save the middle class. So if you watching this, whoever you are, found any of that interesting, you should follow along with what we're doing. And then if you actually know somebody in one of those businesses, somebody who's trying to sell a business in Florida, Tampa, Florida area, a young person who might be an entrepreneur that would like to get involved with something like that, or you have some sort of Gen X person with a lot of experience looking for a job that might have good credit and some experience, but didn't need some help with it. They don't have the energy to, let's say, start a business from scratch. Connect them with me. Let's see if we can help them. Maybe we put them in the game. Maybe we also take them through the actual process, because that is the goal of this, to create this in a real sense into a real company. So I'm going to get back to my kids who have the attention span of fish, and we're going to play this game for hopefully 10 minutes. This is the first time. We don't know the rules. We're just winging it right now, and we're going to try to iterate this into the real world. So once again, the game, the players, and that's what we're doing today. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you.